I don't want to feel like I have to buy a car from you guys. I don't want to feel like obligated.
If you want to have this work out for you in some way, you do have to buy a car from us. I'm not just going to take the car back, dude, and say, sorry, Andrew, you're 19, you made a mistake, wish you the best. You're going to ask me to lose thousands of dollars because you didn't do your homework?
When I first started, I'm making $2,300 a week. Then it go to a point, man, I get a job, I'm making $2,300 a day. I mean, I was having 20K months, 30K months, 15K months, back to back to back. I'm out here splurging, spending money left and right. And like, I ain't really think this slow down. You feel me?
Biting more than you could chew, and then having buyer's remorse, and then trying to get rid of a car and paying much more for a standard sedan. Somebody making $2,300 a week and then making $2,300 in a day and has nothing to show for it. That's what we're going to discuss in today's video. If it's your first time, my name is MJ, and this channel we discuss financial literacy, avoiding debt, and how to make better decisions so you don't end up like the people that we react to. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. 91% of you guys are not subscribed. I'm trying to hit 4,000 subscribers before this month ends in December. So please subscribe for the YouTube algorithm. Leave your comments down below, and let's get straight into it.
Young kid that loved the car, bought it, drove home to another state, called us the next day and had buyer's remorse. And in the car business, you buy a car, you drive it away, deal's done. So I'm going to call him to just figure this thing out.
You've been talking to everybody and your dad's called in. I figured I'd take a turn and work something out, man. I don't want you to feel like we're not taking care of you, but I also want to make sure that we're being treated fairly. I don't think you need to be in a bad spot. I don't think we need to be in a bad spot. Did you just like, oh crap, I shouldn't have bought an electric car?
The car is great. I love the car. There's nothing wrong with it except for the charging. It's a deal breaker for me, honestly. I don't have my own home. I live in an apartment, so there's no way to charge at my house. My parents don't want to put one because they don't have any electric vehicles. And then I don't want to stop every hour and a half and charge my car for 30 minutes when I could just fill it up in 10 and get triple the range.
That stuff was true before you owned a car. Those are all facts, whether you owned the car or not. So I'm just trying to understand how we got there after you bought it.
I've driven a gas car my whole life on the highway. Gas cars get better mileage for the most part. And so I was under that same impression. I was the complete opposite for me, you know?
Yeah, I've been driving an EV every day for the last 7 years. It does take longer to charge than it does to fill up with gas, no question about it. But I save so much money on gas, it's worth it to me.
I probably would get pretty used to it if I kept the car, but I just don't think I'm willing to make that conversion at this point in my life. I will admit I didn't fully understand what I was getting into.
I want to try and work something out specific that can work for you and for us.
I don't want to feel like I have to buy a car from you guys. I don't want to feel like obligated.
If you want to have this work out for you in some way, you do have to buy a car from us. I'm not just going to take the car back, dude, and say, sorry, Andrew, you're 19, you made a mistake, wish you the best. You're going to ask me to lose thousands of dollars because you didn't do your homework? That's not fair to us. You need to take some responsibility here. You don't just get to return a car after driving it however many miles and days and changing your mind, getting cold feet. That's not how it works. That's not how the law works. That's not how business works. And that's not fair to us. We don't have to do anything. You bought that car on your own free will. You're a big boy. Car's exactly what is advertised. I don't want you to be unhappy. That's not how we roll. So buying a car from us is the only way. Is there a car you found that you want?
There is one, but the only problem is I know that you guys are going to mark it up from what it costs.
Yo.
You're right, we will. I'm going to make a profit
Business.
on a car that I'm selling you.
Business.
Tell me a year, a make, and a model of a car you want, and I'm going to go look on the dealer auctions right now and see. So what is it you're interested in?
A Hyundai Sonata Limited.
I'm looking at one here that's a 2021 black with 60,000 miles that we could get for that mid-20s that you'd be in good shape on. Let me do some work.
I think for the kid, it was pretty innocent. I think he bit more than he could chew, right? And it's normal. He's 19 years old. He's going to make mistakes. Buyer's remorse is something that's real. It exists. But at the end of the day, this is the same thing that I preach. You have to do your own due diligence. And that's the same thing I preach in this channel. Due diligence and do your homework and do some research so you don't have to be in this position. What is wrong with preventing rather than curing? We have to prevent so we don't cure the problems later, because when we prevent, it's better for us. We're in control. When we cure a bad decision, what happens is you pay a higher premium for a car that is not even worth that much because he has to mark it up to make money. It's a business. I think the parents were against this, and I personally do think that they probably wanted the EV to look cool, to look good. You get penalized for making bad decisions. Making bad decisions is expensive. Being poor is expensive. So at the end of the day, it is true. It doesn't matter if you're 19 or 36 or 58. You will learn from the repercussions of the bad decisions that you make in life. I feel sorry for the kid, but hey, he picked a Hyundai Sonata, and that's not even a reliable car. Like, we doubling down on decisions that aren't reliable, you know what I'm saying? But he wants that car, and I'm happy for him. 19 years old, he has a lot to learn and a big wiggle room. Stick and stay until the end because it gets better. This is the guy that went from making 100K in 6 months to being homeless. So, right, this is the decisions that we make that make us broke. You know what I'm saying? This is a great video. I wanted to put this here. Stick and stay until the end. Leave your comments down below from the other video and leave your comments from this video afterward and watching it and my commentary, and make sure to subscribe.
So I blew $500,000 in 5 years, bro. When I was 21 years old, I messed around, got my CDL. My pops and my uncle, they called me one day. I had just turned 21. This was like a week later. They got on the phone. They asked me, what you about to do with your life? You been working in this warehouse. You 21. Staying in your grandma's basement. What's going on? I ain't had no plan at all. So they told me, go ahead, get your CDL. Sign up for school. I told them I couldn't even do that, bro. I was smoking. I ain't had no money going on, so I didn't know how I was going to pay for CDL school. Long story short, I quit smoking, signed up, got in CDL school. 3 months later, I'm in Cali. I'm driving trucks now. I'm out here state to state, crossing out of state lines, bro. 2 months in, when I was in the warehouse, I was making like $500-$600 a week. Now I'm making $2,200-$2,300 a week. Man, I'm like, bro, this jump. You feel me? But when I was on the road, I knew I had to have a plan, bro. I knew the money could go and come and go so fast. I knew the money could come and go so fast. So I tried to stack, you feel me? I built my credit up. About a year in, I ended up having like a 784 credit score. I had like 40K stacked up. I had already touched like 100,000 in credit. I done spent it. I got down, took out personal loan, 12K, bought me a car to buy a car. Then I still ended up going out and taking out another loan to actually buy the car, and I just kept the cash. You feel me? And then I paid that back. Then I paid my car off while paying on my car. A couple months later, I went and I got another car. Ended up paying $65,000 for that. And then credit cards steady going up. Now they offer me 30K, 20K. And man, at this point, when I first started, I'm making $2,300 a week. Then it go to a point, man, I get a job, I'm making $2,300 a day. I mean, I was having 20K months, 30K months, 15K months, back to back to back. I'm out here splurging, spending money left and right. And like, I ain't really think the slow down. You feel me? And honestly, it ain't never really slowed down. I just managed my bread bad. So when you get in goddamn that type of money at 22, 23 years old, you're going to tend to blow that shit, you feel me? Try and goddamn fit in with the crowd, impress that don't give a about you, impress that ain't even on your level, ain't touch the type of bread you making, but you think they are because of the shit that they be flexing and capping about. Nigga, I was really doing this shit on different levels, bro. Like, I had goddamn girls left and right. I'm out here taking trips. I'm out here buying all the designer clothes, trying to buy jewelry, stacking bread at the same time.
We're going to leave it right there, but that's a lot of money, as you can see. I'm very heartbroken. I'm very sad. It's a very tough situation to be in. It's very unfortunate. So I do send my thoughts and prayers for this guy, and I hope he makes it out. He was young. But I always say the experience is the best teacher. Every person should go through this experience because it's going to really make you learn and really give you that wisdom for you to make better decisions in life. As you can see, what he said, though, right, is that he started to get his credit up. It was at 784, if I could recall correctly. He had $40,000 cash. We're in a good position. We think it's not going to end. That's an innate human thing in all of us. You know what I'm saying? When we're young, we think we're going to stay young. When we're making the best money, the most money, we think we're going to be in that position. But again, it goes back to not an income problem, but a thinking problem. He thought that credit is leverage. Credit is a slippery slope. It is a money pit decision that only favors the lenders. You become enslaved to the lender and you become the borrower, which then you have to work twice as hard because you're competing with the daily interest. A lot of you guys don't know, but in your loan, there's a daily interest that's being accrued every day. People understand the system doesn't want you rich, right? It just wants you to be comfortable. He bought the cars, he bought the jewelry, he bought the things that made him look good to other people. And he said that he was getting girls at that time. Now, let's be frank and real. Where are those things right now? The girls left. as soon as the money dried up, right? As soon as the job dried up and it wasn't paying the best, now you have to foot a big bill, right? And money is drying up, right? Situations is getting harder. You're getting stressed. You're anxious. When you subtract liabilities and you attain assets, you start to live a better life. Even if the job slows down, the assets that you built saved you. That's why prevention is better than the cure, like I said in the other video with the other kid, is that why don't people just rent these cars? And I'm talking to this kid, I'm talking to the other kid. Rent these cars. Get that adrenaline going, right? Get the dopamine levels out of the way really quick so then you can build wealth. Debt just does not steal your money. It steals your calm. It steals your time. It steals the ability to think critically. It steals your future. It also steals your past because you're stuck in that past mentality where you're like, damn, I could have made that decision, which then leads to anxiety. So this is a learning curve for all of us. I really want us to do better and so then we can feel better at the end of the day. Liabilities are the biggest problem in the middle class. Cars, houses, jewelry, things funded with credit is always going to be your biggest detriment, your biggest destruction. And it's a very destructive path to not just stability, but just your mental health, you as a person and your growth, time to spend with your family, time to take risks, right? So I really feel for this kid, but again, these are liabilities. And we favor assets over liabilities because those things are going to buy us time. And I'm going to say this right now. Money has one job. It's to buy you freedom. If it doesn't, it failed you. So with that being said, I'm ending the video here. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to hit 4,000 subscribers, y'all, before this month ends in December. Let's get there. 91% of you guys are not subscribed. Share this with like-minded people. And like I always say, be good, do good. And I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace.